9 minutes past 6. Good morning. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Let's go to some headlines now. We begin with the Punch newspaper, where this one says Port Harcourt refinery marketers eye fuel price reduction, ready to load. That's what you find there. Marketers eye fuel price reduction, ready to load. ECOWAS searches for fresh unity as Niger others attempt sub-regional bloc. And EFCC recovers 324 houses documents for Kanu pensioners. And the one boldly written there, soldiers killing, army, Delta community differ over reprisal as troops arrest 20. You'd find that on the Punch newspaper. Withheld salaries, SANU, NASU strike grounds varsities. SANU, NASU strike grounds varsities. That's also on the Punch newspaper this morning. You can join us live or streaming on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. If you want to be a part of the newspaper review, it's very simple. Log on to Facebook and search for Nigeria Info PH. You would find the Nigeria Info logo on there. You see the live stream. Share it, like it, drop your comments, and let's talk. So, Nigeria Info PH. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. So you can join us this morning and share your thoughts. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. On the Vanguard newspaper, quickly, I will touch on some headlines here. This one says, killing of soldiers. Army tracks militant leader to Bayelsa, seizes Delta community chair. All right, that's what you will find on the Vanguard. Killing of soldiers. Army tracks militant leader to Bayelsa, seizes Delta community chair. And this one here says Nigeria doomed without new constitution. Anyaoku, Adebanjo, Onwachukwu, Atta, etc. Still on the Vanguard, Discos borrow 273.24 billion naira to purchase meters. Others, that's a report you would find there. And for some more interesting headlines, Dangote says manufacturers must focus on consumers' rights. All of those you would find on the Vanguard newspaper. Money laundering. Court orders Binance to disclose names of users to EFCC. And it's also on the Vanguard newspaper. Aftermath of soldiers' killings, bloodbath in Delta, villagers flee, hide in forests. That's the report that we've been getting from those areas. I mean, I was speaking to someone who also was saying, well, the communities are deserted. We saw videos of houses being destroyed. Well, let's hope that this is resolved as quickly as possible. Let's go on to Facebook and take some of your comments. Remember, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, that is the handle. We need Nigeria Info PH, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. So quickly get on there, follow us on the live stream, do well to also share. Fidelis Elemoa says the killing of soldiers in Delta is not a good development. Me Olebara says, I joined Peter Obi for total review of the budget. Ned Nwoko said he got over 1 billion naira. Thieves go into their business with unity of purpose, but in sharing, booty end up fighting. Whatever is done in secret can be kept secret as long as possible, but like smoke buried on the ground must find itself to the surface. Whatever happens by night must surely be revealed by day. They must all reap what they are sowing. Raymond Ezealiko says, my heart goes out to the family that lost their son, University of Port Harcourt. It's indeed sad. His death should be properly investigated. Lorenzo Delight on Facebook says, my condolences to the families of fallen heroes in the army. They should make sure their killers are captured and their family is taken care of. I think we also need to emphasize that. State government should look into land grabbing activities going on in parts of the state before it leads to serious crisis. I've always said, as much as state government should be called, it starts from the local government. I mean, in some of these cases, we've not even heard the council chairman say anything about it, and it's right there in their domain. Christopher Chinuji says the governor of the state is doing well. Let's join hands and support him. Stanley Nonso says killing of soldiers unacceptable, but unleashing the full might of the Nigerian army on defenseless children, men, and women, that's even worse. Those that carry the attack on the army are militant terrorists, not those old men, women, and children. Ogo Jonah Justice says military should continue with a serious manhunt for the killers of their personnel. Jeffet Ibekwe says court set date for hearing on CSO suit against lawmakers. Please, the legal team should ensure that proper services have been done to enhance fair hearing in order to cover up any legal loopholes. Please, the federal government should reduce the price of petrol or Chiboy DK. Tango Ability on Facebook says army burning of houses is unconstitutional. Christian Williams, the brutal killing of over a dozen Nigerian soldiers in Delta State stands is highly condemnable, and there can never be a justification for such killings of soldiers who were on their legitimate assignment. That's Christian Williams. So it could go on and on with the messages. Keep sending those messages. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. From wherever you are, you can watch and listen to us live. Share the live stream as well and drop your comments. We'll be taking some phone calls now. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0003. Now, those are the numbers you can call. And then the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Please keep your response to any of the headlines and contributions as short as possible. We'll start with Israel from Ajib. Israel, good morning. Hello, Israel. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Thank you. Go ahead.
River State Service Commissioner, Local Government Service Commissioner Chairman, would like to break in silence over the comments or response of of our local government chairman calling some persons ghost worker. And for that, they said since they are not involved for the exercise, I said it last week that when the exercise was done, that there was no local government service commission. So I don't know where the chairman and his spokesperson get the fact that the service monitor the exercise. But I thank the local government service commission for speaking at this time. And remember that this thing happens over 2 years and some person's salary has been stopped for over 2 years and to think on how those people will feel. I am really disappointed in this administration of Emowa local government chairman that Emowa is involved in this. It's very unfortunate, but thank God. You know, they said destiny delayed is not.
All right, Israel, point made.
Thank you very much.
Okwandu from Iriebe, good morning.
Thank you, Ifemi Andrew.
Welcome, go on.
Court fixes date for judgment on River State's defected lawmakers. I think that is a welcome development. But let it not be at the end of the day that it will be a waste of judicial process. It is said that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. But we have seen situations in this country where the judiciary have ruled against the interest of the common man. In this case of the 27 lawmakers who defected to APC, the law is spelled out on the reasons why somebody should leave a party to another party. But these people have left. I think that the judiciary should do the right thing by declaring their seat vacant. Because in the first place, there was no crisis in their parties. Just because of their own selfish and inordinate ambitions, they left their party to APC. So I am looking forward for a favorable judgment that people of River State will celebrate.
All right, Akwandu, thank you. Cookie Gam from Rimbolumeni. Let's go to you now. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Cookie Gam.
Andrew, police arrest a teenager that the fight is a class school mate. Andrew, what bothers me is the news that his fellow students are during how he pushed the girl down. I don't know what is turning to Andrew. When I look at children of less than 20 years behave such way in the world again today, it marvels me whether we have lost moral in part of this country called Nigeria or the world. So I want to beg the police to do the investigation. All those that's involved that did that video recorded, they should arrest them. Let us say something that is deterrent to other children too. And to the CSO case that have suffered a setback to April 26 for hearing and petrol. Andrew, see, we say this case is a sensitive case. Why is the court giving this case a very long adjournment? This case is taking a selected hearing to make sure this case, because what is a test case to Nigeria and to Rivers, let us know whether the assembly member who defected from PDP to APC have cogent and verifiable. Section 109G have told us, let the court let us know, let the thing come to an end quickly. And please, I want to beg the judges.
All right, Cookie Gam. The point has been made. Thank you very much. Let's go to Oyigbo now.
Let the court pronounce based on the Supreme Court judgment on this case.
Thank you, Cookie Gam. Your point has been made. Let's go to Oyigbo. Temple is on the line. Hello, Temple. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi.
All right. Fine, thank you. Go on, Temple.
Yes, sir. Very distinguished Ifemi, Andrew. I don't know the essence of EFCC recovering from, properties and monies that are being looted. But at the end of the day, these monies are not accounted for. And some of the looted funds that are being recovered, at the end of the day, transferred into the federal government coffers. We, Nigerians, myself, as a citizen, I don't even see, the proceeds and the benefit of this money. You see that EFCC on their own part is paying some kind of hanky-panky, or is it that these monies are being routed by those supposed, leaders at the end of the day that say that are fighting corruption? I think for me is begging for an answer. But if we may look at it that way, the killing of the Nigerian soldiers, the army, is indeed a very sad one and should be condemned in totality. But the very distinguished Ifemi, and should we also look it on that regard, that army unleashing terror in that same community, as we normally say that the soldiers are people's fathers, people's uncles, are people's this and that. These persons that will fall victim, that know nothing about the killings of these military guys, are they not also people's uncles, people's mothers, people's children, and this and that? Please, I'm appealing for the government to come in on this regard and ensure that further properties and lives are being secured. It's very important.
Thank you, Temple. The numbers to call still are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002. You can also call 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003. Good news is in mile 3. Good morning.
Hello.
Go ahead, good news.
Good morning, my brother, man. Yes. Let me talk quickly on the soldiers that died. I'm hearing soldiers. I believe that if most of them were sea soldiers, that's the Navy, probably the death couldn't have been so tough. I don't know, but I still believe that if they were Navy, I don't think that, because most of them must have died through sinking them on the river, because most of them could not swim, because they are just Nigerian army. That is information I gathered. If they were these soldiers, Navy, they could have swum too. I think it is imperative that when talking to the military, when sending people towards the river for an assignment, they should send people who are acquainted with swimming, not those who are acquainted with the forest. Having said that, let me bring myself to the issue of this Hamas. They killed the Hamas leader. on airstrike. I have been following up. Over 31,000 of Palestinians have been killed. And the reason is because the Hamas terrorist group has refused the Palestinians to go free. They are using them as shield after fighting their lives. And they will come and hide. This is what I want Nigerian military or security to learn from what is happening there. How can some persons be kidnapped in Nigeria? And up to today, we can't see we can get them. We can't get trace of them. Look at the happened now. There's a way of getting these people. It must not be the Nigerian normal way. I think Nigerian security should think and the strike of Nasu and SANU. Federal government should be sincere to themselves. How can you have agreement with people and implement that agreement? 8 months salary, you deny them the 4 months, and you can't even pay them. It is not good now.
All right.
My name is Good.
Thank you very much. Good news. George from Buguma, good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning to you. Andrew, let me start by thanking the Commissioner of Information in Rivers State for coming out to put out clarity on this very issue of the lawmakers. Because I don't know whether we have lawmakers or what we have now is troublemakers. Because outside the house of this country, where constitutions are being respected, I think what we see there is that whenever there are constitutional issues, they will make sure that the court will just address it so that people will have, so that there will be no constitutional crisis. And that is why I would have expected the court of law in the state or in this country to give speedy hearing on that very bill, that very matter instituted by the civil society group. Now it's moved to 26th of next month, because that matter would have addressed this whole issue. You tell me that the National Assembly will work today, and now we repeal a law that will extend the tenure of the president just as it clear. It doesn't happen anywhere. We are not in Banana Republic, or we are not, and rather are we in the animal kingdom. Okay, we have now the state assembly have feel that we are now animals, or we don't have our head working again. I think they should stop what they are doing. If they are lawmakers, because for now, currently, we see them as a committee of friends. They are not even lawmakers. Because you can't tell me that you want to instigate crisis in the state because you are fighting the governor. It is very unfortunate that you rethink and let peace.
All right, George. Thank you very much for your contribution. Let's move on to another caller. And by the way, members of the assembly did not say that they were fighting the governors. The governor, I beg your pardon. I don't think they've said that. They simply stated why they had to make the law that they make. Now, the law that they are putting in place, is it one that is welcomed and for the good of the people? That's an entirely different question altogether. JJ, on to you now. Calling from Rumigbo. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
Yes, people ask, who owns the land where the fowl is dancing? That's what the court said they will know, starting from the adjourned the case between Civil Society of Rivers State and the Rivers 27 Assembly. I think it's a good one. And I want to also say kudos to the Commissioner of Information Rivers State, Joe Johnson, for bringing clarity to this whole matter. I remember sometimes in 2000, all the local government chairmen came together under the association Argon and sponsored a bill to the National Assembly that they want to do 4 years like other people. And they were told, bros, if we pass this bill, you people will not benefit from it. Why will Rivers Assembly lawmakers make a bill that will start immediately? I don't get it at all. I think they need to go back to school. The other day I saw them in Abuja doing conference. I don't know what they learned there. And going to the Pamo University where the VC praised our governor, God-given governor, Simbalayi Fubara, that he has expanded the scholarship. And I want to tell you, according to Edgar Owen, 1987, I want to rephrase that the ultimate development is human resource development, and that is exactly what the governor is doing right now. Conclusively, Port Harcourt refinery to refine at low price. I beg, if this is a prayer, I shout a loud amen.
All right, JJ, thank you. Koroye from Uzwaba, good morning.
Good morning, my brother Ifemi.
You're welcome, Koroye. Go ahead.
It is a sadly to hear that about 50 officers of the military were killed in Delta State. Now, the question I want to ask is that who are these our brothers that did this type of hideous crime? I always said if you are in a community and fighting the federal government, it will work because more people will involve, which are innocent people. If you want to become a policeman, why not go to the federal government and recruit yourself? The issue of I am ex-agitator, the question is that what do you fight? Where do you fight against that ex-agitator? When you kill your brother and at the end of the day you want to gain the interest, these people they were killed. Where are these people? Are they not our brothers? They were brothers, so why would they go to kill these people? The question is that if you are ex-agitator, where do you go and fight? Do you fight with the Air Force? Do you fight with the military? In our community, you are killing these our people. And now you have run away. My brother, we should let know.
All right, thank you, Koroye. Susie from Merima, good morning. All right, we lost a call from Susie. Guess he couldn't hold on for much longer. All right, let's go over to WhatsApp and take some messages there as well. We have plenty of them. We'll also take some of your comments on Facebook. We'll see if we have enough time for all of those. But for now, on WhatsApp, we start with Ezekiel Isaiah. By the way, if you already have called us or we took a message from you on Facebook, I might not have to take your message on WhatsApp. Anything done outside the law of the land is lawless and can lead to anarchy. The Rivers State Assembly should maintain status quo and allow the court to decide. Odimegu says, good morning, Ifemi. I don't understand the crop of lawmakers we have. They make laws to satisfy their ego, that of their paymasters, forgetting that one day they and their paymasters will not be here anymore. This is from Odimegu Sonny Didia. If we go on, Owanate West says, greetings. Ifemi, the Constitution seems to not to recognize 27 lawmakers because they defected from PDP to ABC in the eyes of the law. They are not lawmakers. Whatever amendments they are repealing or made within this period is illegal. All right, let's get on to Ida from Nkoro says, the case of defected Rivers State House of Assembly members hearing adjourned again. The judge should give quick hearing to this matter so everyone can rest. They are not assembly members upon defection to opposition party. The laws they are amending will be null and fruitless because they don't have the local standing and audacity to make such laws again. If you move on, we'll go to Vera from Port Harcourt says, how can defilement be carried out during school hours? The school has a lot of questions to answer. Vera, because we don't have a lot of time, there's a lot of things to dissect from that particular incident. Really sad. I mean, who was supervising these children? There's a lot of things to say. And the fact that no child from the class went to call, maybe it happened, but it wasn't covered. I don't know. Perhaps, but nobody saw that to be out of place and go to call a teacher or call an adult to, Good morning. With respect, case of civil society against the 27 lawmakers and their matter, let the court look at the size of the Constitution properly and give their verdict without any fear of favor. This is Uche Ada. You sent in that one. Okay. Because we are suffering in the hands of miscreants in this country. Fidelis says the students that raped the fellow students should be prosecuted immediately. The reality of life is that every beginning and end of everything on planet Earth, including the existence of man. I didn't get that part though, but we think we got the point you're making. Ikeagu Suzy says, Ifemi, River State Commissioner for Information, Lamentations in Local Government Amendment Law 2024, saying law cannot be regressive as such, can't take with the Commissioner, please, there is no provision in our Constitution empowering the governor to institute caretaker, and the present law passed by the Assembly will take effect until otherwise. Susie sent in that one from Erema. Roundface Manucci, Army releases the names of 17 soldiers. All right, the Nigerian military released the names of 17 soldiers that were killed in the attack, and it's condemnable. But they should tamper justice with mercy so that innocent ones will not also become victims. Like I said, there's always a lot of messages to take. Onwaha Kinsley says, on the soldiers' killing, I pity these 20 innocent boys mistakenly caught by the soldiers. So, how do you know they are innocent? You don't know now, so don't assume. Don't assume. Let's see if we can take any of your message on X before we go. It's usually slow with X. I don't know why. Usually slow. At Thank God, okay, at _ Skifu process 3 killed in fresh headers attack in 3 Benue communities. This Benue attack is getting out of hand. Burning of people's houses in this harsh economy is not the best way to settle the matter. That's at Thank God at Wigbo1 on X. We'll go for a commercial now. Good morning.
This is Top Faith International Secondary School, Batak, Akwa Ibom State, a citadel of learning for the treasure.